On behalf of Mayor Elkins, I want to thank everybody for being out here tonight. For those of you who don't know me, I apologize. I'm Judge Celebrezze, Nick Celebrezze, a longtime friend of Trevor's, and I've been graciously asked to be the MC for this evening. Although everyone's going to think this is a roast, I like Trevor too much to not roast them and have all the dirty secrets be shared. Before we begin, I want to announce the elected officials in the room. However, I was talking to my sister, Judge Leslie Celebrezze, and Judge Bell, Rick Bell, in the back earlier. Because of the judicial canons, I'm not sure I'm allowed to announce all the elected officials in the room. I know there's a lot of us. Outside of the judges, I don't think I can announce the elected officials. So throughout the course of the evening, we're going to find someone to do that. So if you're an elected official, make sure you find me, sign your name, and then we will announce the elected officials at some point. I told the mayor we'd make sure we would take care of that. But I wanted to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. I appreciate the opportunity this evening to talk about something that's very important to all of our County residents, and that's the importance of probate court. And that's a joke to everybody. I'm running for probate court in next year, so I'm juvenile court judge now, so I definitely will be back to talk to you about the importance of probate court. But I want to talk about something that not a lot of people get to talk about, and that is politics and friendship. And I had to write this down because as an Italian, I get pretty emotional, and I couldn't even bring my wife tonight because she will see me cry. So therefore I couldn't do it. But politics and friendship, those are two completely different things that usually don't exist. But I have the rare opportunity this evening to be able to speak about my dear friend Trevor Elkins. Now this will shock you, based on how youthful Trevor and I look. But we have been friends for the past 20 years. Well, that would probably lend us all to believe that we met in preschool. The reality is that we met through our passion for public service. When we first met, we were councilmen in cities that were facing the same economic problems and the realities of an aging infrastructure and decay. We quickly became friends and began running in the same circles, both professionally and personally. In fact, the Democratic Party back then, they used to give us a nickname that we created the moniker for. We called ourselves the B+ Squad. It's good to see Roberto DeSenza in the back. He was part of that group. But I can assure you that when it came to innovative ideas for revitalizing communities, Trevor was hardly in the B Squad. And trust me on this, because I would often steal his ideas and bring them back to the city of Harmony. His ideas were so ahead of his time and solely formulated into not only making the village of Newburgh Heights better, but our entire region. Ideas like student loan forgiveness for first-time homeowners to attract new residents, home revitalization loans to improve the housing stock in the community, better safety and civic services, including a new village hall, police and fire stations, being revolutionary in giving employees the ability to work a 4-day work week, gaining national attention by being the first city in the nation to offer its employees a 6-month paternal leave policy, and perhaps what he will probably always be known for, inventing social distancing law enforcement by having traffic cameras right outside of I-77. And we could just ask Fox 8 all about that. Trevor's contributions to the village of Newburgh Heights are history-making, but his role as a friend is legendary. As a father, a husband, and a friend, there is not a more loyal person than Trevor Elkins. A person that will stand in your corner, whether it's good or bad. Will be there to bounce ideas off of, to mentor young public servants, to strategize policy until the wee hours of the morning, or to simply grab a beer with when you're having a bad day. And I can attest to all of those things and so much more, because I've had the great privilege of having Trevor as a dear friend. I know that he will be speaking to us later, and in that we will hear a man dedicated to his community, our party's ideals, and the state of Ohio. And I hope that when he does, all of you just remember how good of a friend Trevor has been to all of us. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the evening. I'll be back in a little
bit. The food is ready.
He gets to make the good announcements.